Although you can draw curves in Maya, sometimes you find that the ones you draw in Illustrator are a little easier to work with, especially if they already exist and you don't have to try and recreate them from scratch. So this is my old logo right here. And I'm going to get rid of the text just because I don't really need that in here for what I'm showing. This is my little Reaper Media logo. I'm going to save this out as an SVG, which Maya can then open. File, save as, SVG. This is my data folder. And I head back into Maya. And under Create, there's one here that says SVG. This is the default SVG that already has loaded in. I want to go to Import in order to import my own. Let me go to the data folder. Here's my SVG that I just saved out. And there it is. Pretty easy to work with. Over here in the attributes editor, we can see what it's made of here, the different paths. Control the size of it. You'll also notice, by the way, that it is not in the center of the scene. It is in a location that matches this location in Illustrator. Go to geometry right here. I can change the resolution. I get more edge loops in there to maintain the curves. By default, it says output vertex colors. These don't always work very well. It should have been black with the light blue for the flames right there. If you wanted to match what shows in Illustrator. But I'm just going to turn those off to get rid of them. Go down. Here you can see the extrude distance. You can control how thick this is. So you can keep it a really thin one or a really thick one. Control how many divisions it has along the extrusion. This one, honestly, tends to make a bit of a mess if you try to mess with the extrude offset. I've never really had good results with that one. It's supposed to bulge it out, depending on the shape you've got right here. But in my experience, it just makes a mess of it. Same thing with the bevel. You can see it really cause issues in some places, especially when it's thin. So I don't tend to bother with that. I will say that the SVG is not always perfect when it imports. For some reason, it turned this into two different shapes. This add sling in there. I'm not sure exactly what happened. And also a little bit of an offset right here that shouldn't exist. But these are things you can clean up. Also, if you don't want a 3D shape, you just want the curves, you can tell it to create curves, SVG. And if I hide everything else, and I've noticed the offset tends to happen near the beginning and ending link of the curve. Do little adjustments to fix that up. So if you need bring in a curve from Illustrator, it tends to work pretty well. Only one or two little glitches that are usually easy to fix.